Hello, friends. How you doing this morning? So I just wanted to record another quick video. This one again came from a subscriber, so this is again a subscriber question. If you don't know what those are, just real quick, if you happen to watch any of my videos and you happen to have any kind of real estate related questions, you just go ahead and leave a comment, indicate it's a subscriber question, and there's a pretty good chance within the next 2 or 3 days, given current bandwidth, I'll do my best to record it. So this question actually came from someone who read my book. Again, our book available on Amazon is our story of 15 years of investing, starting with a single house, riding the wave up, surviving the crash and then the return. This question comes right from the middle of that story, and it talks about something that saved us. So if we rewind the clock, let's call it 2006, maybe it's 2007. Single family home prices are high, but as we know now, getting higher. And we just couldn't make another deal work. We had been going to real estate meetups, which we recommend. It's where you get to see speakers, network, talk to other investors, and you really get a vibe for what's going on in the market. And we happened to go to a session led by Bruce Norris, who at the time was a Southern California investor who had been through multiple cycles. He now spends his time between Southern California and Florida, if I'm correct about what he's doing now. But anyways, he talked about being a data-driven individual. And if you look up Bruce Norris, he's made several public calls on the real estate market, and he's always driven by numbers. And his takeaway back in 2006 and 7 was the Affordability Index, which is something you can Google for any kind of major metro. When it gets below, I think he said below 11, he gets nervous. So if we talk about it in broad brushes, if the Affordability Index is 20 for your metro area, it means 1 in 5 people can afford the average house with an average down payment. And what he was saying is when it gets down close to 10, and I think he actually said to 13, right? When it gets below 13, he gets nervous. And if it ever gets below 10, he gets, it's like a red flag, right? It goes from 1 in 5 to 1 in 10 people. And he says at that point, it's just financing that's making it work. And the lending is too loose and too many things are going on. And he proved to be pretty correct. He talked about the crash coming. Called it. He would admit that he was early, but for him, it wasn't about being early. It was about not being late. And, he talked about some California markets got to 6 and 7, so definitely below double digits. And we all know what happened. So I was listening to this, watching this going on in my market of Fresno, which at the time he didn't cover because it was not Southern California or the Bay Area. He now does in his research. My market had gone from predominantly in the 40s, so roughly half the population that lived in Fresno could afford the average home, to under 15. So it was a drastic turn back in 06. So I saw the Affordability Index. I read everything I could about Bruce Norris, followed him, watched, I think he had a radio show that he put on every Sunday, I think. Maybe it was Saturday. And I chose to believe in that man. And at the same time, we were going to meetups and we saw them talk about small apartment buildings. So we sold all our houses at or very near the peak, and we did 1031 exchanges and got into apartment buildings. So that really saved us. We went from 8 to 80. Again, that whole story about the craziness is covered in this book. If you haven't read it, you should. The other thing that was in that subscriber question was, can the Affordability Index help you with apartments? And the answer is not really. The Affordability Index is about average people, average incomes, average houses, 20% down, things of that nature. It doesn't really work. It's not the metric as published, just doesn't deal with multifamily. It's not in that metric. What you're watching there is you're watching cap rates collapse and go from 8s to 7s to 6s to 5s to 4s. And again, I'm afraid in some California markets, 3s and 2s. So the Affordability Index is definitely single family house, definitely kind of owner occupant driven. But when you watch out, when you look for other metrics and you're paying attention, you can find experts like we did back then. And I've told Bruce Norris on a couple of occasions that he saved us back in '06. I made sure to send him an autographed book, as well as his son, Aaron Norris, who is now picking up a lot of stuff that his father was doing. So I believe in the affordability index. I still track it. In my market of Fresno, I think it's still in the 30s, because single-family homes are not crazy expensive today, especially given rents have gone up 20-25%. It's the apartments, in my opinion. So in the end, I just wanted to address this subscriber question. Thank you for reading the book. That was great. And have a great day.